Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn everything about a leading AI image generator tool called as Leonardo AI. This is the home screen. Once you click on Get Started and log in using any of your Microsoft, Apple or Google accounts, you will land up on this home screen. This is where we are going to start exploring this tool one by one. As you can see, there are multiple tools that can be seen over here, or you can also see them here on the left panel. One by one, we'll start exploring these and we'll see how this tool will help you convert some of your ideas and prompts into image using a wide variety of options. First tool that we are going to start is image creation, the leading role or the leading feature of Leonardo AI. Before we start, I want to tell you something about tokens. Once I hover my cursor here, I can see I have 150 fast tokens. Now, what is this fast token? Basically, this tool is a freemium tool, which means it does have a few features for users who don't wish to pay a premium. And if you want to explore the tool in its entirety and use some of the premium features, you may have to pay a premium. Now, for those who want to use this tool without having to pay a premium, these are the limited tokens you will receive, which will refresh in roughly about 12 to 14 hours. So now when I point my cursor on this question mark, it says your daily allocation of free fast tokens resets in 13 hours. Okay, sometimes I've seen it's 11, sometimes it's 12, so I'm not really sure, but roughly you can go about 12 hours. 150 fast tokens. So once I type in a prompt here, you can see generate and there's written 24. So one generation is going to take me 24 fast tokens. I have 150. So that helps you understand how many images you can generate before again having to wait for the fast tokens to refill. That's the first important thing I wanted to tell you before you start exploring this tool. Be mindful of the fast tokens that are available. Once you click there, you will see on the left side there are a lot of presets, right? There is Flux, Phoenix as the two major models. Along with that, we have other specific models which cater to specific applications like stock photography, concept art, graphic design, anime, cinematic kino, portrait effect, illustrative, albedo, and other such options. So based on what kind of images you want to generate, you can click on any one of these presets. If you're not sure, if you just want to explore, you can either go with Phoenix 0.9 or Phoenix 1.0, which is an updated and the latest version of Phoenix. I am going to go with Phoenix 1.0. So I'll click there. Now my preset is decided. I can close this. Okay. This is the preset model that Leonardo will use to generate our images. After selecting the preset, now there is prompt enhance. Basically, whatever text we'll type in here, if the prompts are short, because we are not prompt engineers, right? We don't know how to structure a prompt. So AI will use its enhancement features to enhance this particular prompt. Now, whether you want to keep it automatic, switched on or off is up to you. I'll keep it to automatic. Preset style. There are different styles in which the image generation will happen. If you want a black and white sketch, a color sketch, a stock photo, ray traced photo, pro film photography, there are different tools, portrait effect. I'll just go with creative, a bit more open-ended. Contrast, I'll go with medium contrast. You can feel free to choose any contrast you want based on your application. Generation mode, the only thing that we can select as free users is fast. Quality and ultra are higher time consuming generation modes which offer better image generation capabilities. Image dimensions, we can have different aspect ratios. I will go with a landscape 16:9. You can look at the multiple options it has. You can also keep changing it using this cursor. I'll go with 16:9. The number of images to be generated, we can't change that as free users. It has to be 4. Private mode, we can't toggle that on. So whatever images we generate will be free to view for all. It may appear in the trending images of the community, or you can look at that in the home page. There are always some images which keep trending. based on which are from really good generation. So you might see your image trending there because it's not in private mode. If I go to advanced settings, again there's model. Based on the preset models you select here, you can again choose certain models. Photoreal is a premium feature. Negative prompt, if I toggle this on, now if I want certain things to not be there in the image, I will write that in a negative prompt. If I do not want a cloud in the image, I can write here cloud. Do not again write no cloud, because these two negatives will become a positive, right? So just mention cloud. The prompt that I want to use here is a person sitting beside a bonfire by a serene lake amidst snow-clad mountains. Right now, I'll not go with this negative prompt. We can take a look at that later. Transparency is not supported with the current settings. Basically, the image will not have a background. It will be a transparent image. Tiling is for repeating textures and backgrounds. For example, if you are looking to generate certain images which have a pattern, for example, the design of your home wallpaper, or anything of that sort, tiling will come in handy. I don't need that for this particular prompt. Use fixed seed. Now, what is a seed number? We'll come to this after our first generation is done. Then add to collection. You can have your own collection folder. As a free user, we can just have one folder where we can save and organize all of our generated images. This was about the entire left panel. Now you see something called as flow state here. We'll get to that. It's a new feature of Leonardo AI, recently released a couple of weeks back as we record this video. We'll get to what that is. Okay. Now I'll click here, generate. Before that, this legacy mode can be toggled on if you are an old user of Leonardo AI, and if you like their older interface, you can go for that. For new users, you don't have to tinker around with that. Let's generate an image. This will take a few seconds to happen. Now, if you see, the prompt that we entered is here, and the prompt that was enhanced is here. Look at the kind of detailing that has gone behind writing this prompt to get better images. Now, if you want to change this particular prompt, you can do that, copy paste it, put it up there and edit it. If we had this prompt enhance feature off, it would have been off. If you see, there is a person sitting by a bonfire amidst snow-clad mountains in front of a lake. The face, I feel, is a little off. I don't know, it seems like a humanoid or something in this area, the cheek area. The fingers are a little distorted. This is a classic problem of many AI generators. The detailing of fingers and feet and palms is always a problem. Some of them may not have this problem. If you see, this is far better. Even face looks much better. It looks more like a human. You do see a bit of distortion on the cheek still, but that is fine, I guess. This is another image. The clothing is as per the weather, which is quite smart. And this another image. Now, let's say I do not want, let me choose a feature which I do not want in this. I don't want any grass or algae or moss or anything of that sort. Okay. So let me just put that in the negative prompt. Negative prompt will be, and I click on generate once more. Now we've added these negative prompts, and I want to see if we still have these green moss on the rock or not. Before that happens, the seed number which you are talking about, right? So once you have generated images, you can click on these three dots and click on copy seed. Now this seed is a number. Okay, it's a seed generation number. By the way, our images are there again. You can still see some green moss. I'm not sure what's the problem here. In this one also I see the same. It's probably with better keywords this may go away. But again, negative prompts, as far as I can see right now, is not working that great. So the seed number, yes. Once I copy the seed number here and paste it here. Now this is the seed number. This seed number is associated with this style of image generation. So if you see this style and this style is a little different, right? You can see it does appear to be different set of generations. Now, if I want to stick to this kind of generation and not go towards this generation, I can use that fixed seed number, toggle this on and generate. So the next 4 images that will be generated will be based on this style itself. It will not change a lot. That is about a fixed seed. Okay. So that's about image creation. You can also make it private only if you are a premium user. View generation info. You will see all of the prompt details, negative prompt, when was it created, what was the seed number, all of those things can be seen here. The next tool is motion. Now, what does motion do? Let's see. Like the name suggests, motion tool will impart motion to any static image. I can choose one of the generated ones. I can choose the motion strength, less or more, and it will create not exactly a video, more like a motion graphic of the image that you feed it. Currently, this is only available for premium users, but the reason I am still covering this is because this feature a lot of times is open to free users. So I'm just giving you a walkthrough of that. After this, if I click on generate, it will give me 4 motion graphics based on this image. You might see the flames coming out of the fire. You might see some movement in the water based on the motion strength. A very high motion strength will distort the image. A very low motion strength will barely add anything to the image. So you have to be careful of how you choose the motion strength to be. For example, if this is a windmill in the image, now the motion strength can be more. It can be 7 because I want the windmill to move. But if it's a person sitting by a lake, the best is to keep it to 2 or 3. If it's a person walking, then you can keep it to 5, 6. So it depends on the context, and that is how motion strength can be chosen. This was the second tool. The third tool is Realtime Canvas. What does a Realtime Canvas do? You draw something, it will create a nice graphic based on your primitive drawing. So some of you who are artists can get your digital paint brushes and start coloring this. I am not an artist, so I am just trying something very basic here. I am drawing a very basic face of a person, and let's see what this tries to come up with. This, consider it to be an eye. So in order to tell what I am trying to draw, let me give this a bit more context. Since I'm drawing it with my mouse, it's looking pretty shabby, but you get an idea of what this tool tries to do, right? If I try to change the color and add some buttons here, you see what happened there? I mean, something which is very raw gets a more definitive design. So this is how you can use this tool. We add 2 more here and things will change there as well. So this is something that you can do. If you decrease the creativity strength, nothing much will happen. If you increase the creativity strength to 0.9, the context will entirely change. Now look at what my drawing is and look at what this has done. Excessive creative liberty has been given to the AI and it is completely distorted. 0.72, again something very weird. 0.66 is a little closer to what we did. 0.59 is the sweet spot. This is the default spot. Depends on what you want to do. I can change this to sketch color or anime. You see how it changed? So that is how this will do. Real-time mode is for premium users, not for us. This is a seed number which I talked about before. Guidance, like what is the level of guidance it wants to take from our drawing, can be changed here. And you can also type in a prompt. So now the prompt and my sketch gives it a bit more sense to what I was trying to do. Okay. If I draw a cat man standing, a hybrid of a cat and a man, you can play around with this. Okay. Now this output, if I want to use this output as my input, I'll just click here and then this will get enhanced further and I can keep sketching on this. Okay. In Paint is simply to edit our final output. If you want to paint it with some different color, you can do those final touches. If you are an artist, or if you want to play around with it, you can do that. This is simply painting. Okay. Drawing again will get you back to the previous thing that you were trying to do. This is what a real-time canvas looks like. Instant refine. This will refine the final product further. It'll take a few seconds. You see it has refined it. Okay. You can come up with pretty cool sketches using that. Settings is refiner strength, medium, high, low. Smooth mode is will increase the coherence between what we are drawing and what it is at the end, and will add better detailing to our final image. You can change that. Upscaling will take up 8 tokens. You can explore that. You can download this image from here in multiple formats. It's mostly JPEG that it offers. This was about the real-time canvas. Our next feature, real-time generation. In real-time generation, you type in a prompt and you will see a live image getting generated. A tree, you see, right, with a boat in the water. You can keep playing around. This is a very cool tool, and once you like one of them, you can download it. Elements, the different elements to an image, like kids illustration, toon anime, folk art, coloring book. Then I can use this as a folk art illustration for some of my other work. You can increase that. If I want to give it an anime effect, look at how beautiful this anime looks. So kids illustration is something that you find in kids textbooks. Multiple presets here as well, just the way we had in the image generation. There is a seed here. You can copy that if you want to use it for other generations. If you keep changing the seed, you will get the same or a similar image, but in multiple styles. Let's say I'm adding my prompt again here. Okay, person sitting by bonfire. I can use these brushes and sketches and other things. Before starting that, we have these options. I'll go with this, accept. Image dimensions can be changed. Then play around with these different things. And what this feature does is you can start sketching on top of this image. So let's say you wanted a few things to be different, then start sketching accordingly using any of your artistic tools. You can do that. So canvas to edit these AI generated images can be seen here. Okay. Negative prompt, you know what that is. We already discussed that. This is about canvas editor. Universal Upscaler. This tool is used to upscale certain images. Let's say we have an image which is blurred out, which we did not like, which AI generated, or we have our old photographs which were taken from these old cameras and now I want to enhance them. I can use this universal upscaler. A note to everyone who are watching this video, universal upscaler or the other tool of motion, one of them is available at a time. Sometimes universal upscaler can be locked for free users and the image to motion can be available. So it's one of them at a time. That's what I have observed. So I can add an image to get started. I can click on my generations, probably select this image, confirm, and I can upscale it. I can look at the upscaler style which I want to use. I'll go with general, creativity, strength, upscale, multiplier. How do you want to upscale the image, or a degree of upscaling of the image can be done here. The upscaling dimensions, I am not sure if you can change that. No, we cannot. It will just show the dimensions. Prompt guidance is optional if you want to change a few things in it. Let's say reduce the size of the bonfire or anything like that. You can do that here. Ultra not available for us. Upscale mode, we can only go with legacy mode. And once I upscale it, it will give me an upscaled image. This will take a few seconds. And just the way we saw with real-time generation, how we upscale the image will be upscaled over here as well. So that's about Universal Upscaler. The last thing that is left is the flow state. What happens in flow state image generation? Now, a person sitting beside a bonfire by a serene lake amid snow-clad mountains. This is our prompt. We get a limited number of images, right? If I go in flow state, so currently they are giving free users 150 images per day with flow state. What does flow state do? If I type in this same prompt over here and click on generate, I can keep scrolling down just like we do in image search until we don't like an image, right? Scroll to generate more. Now be mindful. You keep scrolling down, 150 will get over just like that. And if you keep scrolling down, you can see 10% of daily limit, 11, right? It's increasing, 12%. So it will create infinite number of images based on, if you are a premium user, you will get more number of such creations. And any one of these images which I like, I can generate more images like that single image. For example, I really like this one. So I can click on more like this. I'll get more images in the flow state based on the image we selected. See, though it's not similar to the one which I asked it to make, but again, it kind of does give many images which are similar. And once you like one of them, you can select it and download it and save it and use it for your applications. So flow state is more like a live AI generation. Just keep scrolling down, and until you don't like an image, you keep going down to finalize something. This is a new feature which Leonardo AI has offered, the flow state. If I have to sum everything up and give my take or my conclusion about this tool, Leonardo AI, I will just say one thing. Leonardo AI bridges the gap between the features which only premium users get and the features which are available in free tools. This freemium model gives you access and a glimpse into all the premium features of a typical premium AI tool without having to pay anything. So if you want to dive deeper into the generative AI world and you don't wish to currently pay, Leonardo AI is the tool for you. So that's all from this video. If there are any doubts, any comments, any feedback that you have for us, or if you want us to cover any other tools, please feel free to use the comment section.